2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, everybody. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Great to have you with us on 2K Sports. In this game, we'll see the Indiana Pacers against the Oklahoma City Thunder at Chesapeake Energy Arena. And for Oklahoma City, they haven't forgotten the fact that this team swept them last year in the regular season. This is a game they had circled going in. And the Indiana Pacers, a team that a few years back played in 2 straight conference finals, had the best record in the East in 2014, but a lot of changes have been made since then. Guys, were you surprised by that?
Yeah, I was surprised. They're very proactive in moving around guys, but I was surprised. They have a smaller team. They're trying to play the small ball of the East, but it hasn't been measured into wins yet. However, it's still coming, Shaq. It's still coming.
It might have been time for a change. Some players are falling off a little bit. They've been unable to capture the same success, though. But we'll see.
Kevin Harlan, please take it away.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
It's an interconference contest here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, as the Thunder play one at home. Welcome to 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And of course, David Aldridge is joining us tonight from the sideline. And nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines. And we've got David Aldridge there for that. David, good evening.
Well, guys, Nate McMillan took over as coach of the Pacers last season. Now, his previous head coaching job had been 5 seasons prior. He said, now, there's a lot of old school in me, but I do understand you have to adapt with this generation of players, the millennials, and how you communicate. And they want to bring that old school discipline to this team. Kevin?
Thanks, David. It's great to have a mix of those things. Adapt or die, as they say.
And really, the past few seasons, the Thunder have just been a dominant team on the glass. They do a great job of limiting second chance points, and they get a lot of extra possessions with their own offensive rebound.
You look over the roster of the Thunder, and it's easy to see why they're such a great rebounding team. 1 through 5 can come up with 10 boards on any given night.
And those rebounding totals usually translate to wins for this team. Very rarely do they lose a game when they're having their way on the glass. The goal at the end of the night is to play the bully in and around that painted area.
Here's the starting group for the Indiana Pacers. Collison and Oladipo pair at the 1 and the 2. Young and Turner up front, and it's Bogdanovich in at the 3. Young's shot is off. On defense, Indiana. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
Just a terrific effort off the bench. Guys came in, they seemed fresh, and they all contributed.
Yeah, you need that juice, that gas coming off the pine. Always a luxury to have a deep bench. And when they can step in and play well, you're in good shape.
And so it's the Thunder getting on the board first. Collison, the pass to Young. Turner with the screen. And Young kicks to Turner. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Exceptional skills for Turner down in the paint. This guy, I think, has the potential to be a dominant player inside for a lot of years.
Here's Roberson. From 18 feet away. And it's Westbrook. That time on the assist from Roberson. Westbrook's got his first points of the night. Here's Indiana now. Collison kicks to Bogdanovich. Turner with the screen for Bogdanovich. To the inside. A wide open look here for Oladipo. And it's off from three-point range. Anthony against Young. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
The Thunder shooting their first free throw of the night. On the free throw, no good. Well, you could feel the clock ticking for Melo's time in New York, and this offseason, it finally ended, Greg.
Yeah, and for a team like this to add Melo to the mix, what a blessing. I mean, Melo still has a ton of offense to offer, and hard to add a player so skilled as Melo for practically nothing. And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
Shots good by Turner.
Spotting the open man, Collison, a capable playmaker.
If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. George sets a screen for Westbrook. Anthony against Young. That shot misses, so Indiana will take it the other way. And going against Oklahoma City, their first meeting of the year.
And their series last year was a bit of a comparison between the two conferences. Both were in the middle of the pack.
Well, you said it. I mean, often it's the teams that are in the middle of the pack in their conference which more accurately show the conference's strength than a team at the top or the bottom. At least that's how I like to look at it.
And here's Collison following Russell Westbrook's 3. Turner with a screen on Westbrook. Collison dishes to Turner. Out of bounds, Oklahoma City takes possession. Well, let's take a look at last year's top scorers. Russell Westbrook, number 1.
And he's not going to forget that season anytime soon. And it's safe to say neither will anyone who watched him.
Oklahoma City leading by 7. And there's the feed to Robertson. Back to Westbrook. The 11-footer. The rebound by Turner. The Pacers have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Turner with a screen for Collison. He feeds it to Young. Here's Bogdanovich. And so the ball is out of bounds. Bogdanovich touched it last.
And taking a look here at the numbers for Collison. How he did last season. Averaged about 13 points a game, 4 assists and 2 rebounds. And he's very steady with that second unit, running the offense and getting them into their sets.
Right. I mean, your backup point guard simply has to hold the fort, maintain the status quo, share the basketball, and minimize mistakes.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Out to Turner. Westbrook against Collison. It's Oladipo on the wing. The shot's good. Collison making the play. Oladipo's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. To the middle. Young with the steal. Outside Collison. Down low. Turner. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. A lot of optimism around young big man Miles Turner. Nate McMillan compared him to LaMarcus Aldridge, who, of course, McMillan coached in Portland. Clark, can you see that?
Oh, no doubt. Both are 6'11"-ish, and both can really shoot the ball. Turner may be a better three-point shooter right now than Aldridge, but I think he's got to grow into being more effective in the post. He's more of a rim protector right now than Aldridge, but like L.A., I think he has a chance to be an all-star.
And he makes the first.
Boy, I tell you, Turner is a dominant force who imposes his will on whoever is on him. But what you have to like and respect is his work ethic.
Both free throws good from Turner.
And, you know, Miles Turner, a 5-star recruit coming out of Trinity High School near Dallas, was Big 12 Freshman of the Year at the University of Texas. And he keeps working, and he's getting better and better and has all-star potential.
The Pacers have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Turner with a screen on Westbrook. The drive by Collison. The game now all-time. Collison's got his first 2 points.
Sensing the opportunity there, Collison sneaking inside for the finish.
And Clark, you've been around the Pacers. What are your impressions of Miles Turner?
Great maturity for his age, humble, hard-working, hungry, smart, and I think he wants to be great. That's all good stuff.
Indiana's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Collison, the pass to Oladipo. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
You know, Oladipo is one of those multifaceted players. I mean, he can do just about anything you ask of him when he's on the court. Well, the Pacers players have been a little bit outspoken, saying we need an identity. We need more toughness and ruggedness. Not the biggest team, built more on athleticism and speed, so they've got to be scrappy.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that drops, so they now lead by 1. And you think about toughness for the Pacers, Clark, where do they have to focus?
I think they've got to focus on shoring up the paint, get a little more presence there. Love Miles Turner and his potential. Defensive rebounding was an issue for this team, and too much interior scoring allowed as well. So they've got to have a presence in that paint defensively.
Greg, when you think about the franchises in the league that have sustained success, who are always competitive, Oklahoma City should be right there at the top.
Yeah, I mean, just look at the records for the Thunder, and their success really does speak for itself. 8 straight seasons of 500 or better basketball. Only the Spurs and Rockets can also make that claim.
Here's Turner following the score by Oklahoma City. And he banks in the layup. Turner's got 8 points.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Westbrook up top. He's covered by Collison. And it's sent back by Turner.
Oh, these arms of Turner just go on forever. I mean, which is part of the reason he's able to rack up the block shots that he does.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
And a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
And just scrapes and claws for that offensive rebound and doesn't take any chances there with the putback.
And GA, strong work all around. And the rebound and the stuff both. Wow.
Yep, he stayed with it all the way and got his reward at the end.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Felton's checked in. The Pacers also changing it up. Leaf checked in for Young. Lance Stevenson comes in for Bogdanovich. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Darren Collison. Oladipo against Felton. Feeds it to Joseph. Lock at 6. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wynn.
I could not say it any better, showing you some real focus, taking it inside against the bigger man. You know, this just hasn't been his quarter. I mean, he doesn't seem to be comfortable at all, particularly shooting. I mean, he knows he's struggling right now.
Pass to Oladipo. There's the pick. To the inside, and Turner kicks to Joseph. Off target from outside. Oklahoma City trailing. Out to the wing. Here's Anthony. That's good, and so Felton has the assist there.
Well, you got to respect the jump shot of Anthony because he's got the ultimate green light. And because of that freedom, he's a dangerous guy on the perimeter.
Now, here's Joseph. Here's Oladipo, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That's on Raymond Felton. Indiana shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And they shot 81% from the line last season as a team. So you really can't find fault with what they're able to do there.
Shoot 2.
First one falls for him. Well, Clark, you had the distinct honor of playing horse against the former president of the U.S., Barack Obama. You lost that game, I don't want to remind you, but I want an honest answer. Did you let him win that contest?
Kevin, the deal is that it was an unbelievable privilege to play POTUS. We changed the letters of that game back in 2010, and I let the president up. I gave him life after I had him down, and he took advantage of turning the momentum in his favor. He won fair and square. I did give him an opportunity to win, but he's on top in that matchup, and I think it ended up being good television. And while some of my former teammates look at me with disdain for having lost a horse game to the president, I think it was all intended to end just the way it did.
And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. Sabonis, he's checked in for Oladipo. Joseph with the ball. Sabonis kicks to Stevenson. Just 5 on the clock. Jefferson dishes to Stevenson. And the rebound goes to the Thunder.
And, you know, that's an easy one. You can't miss these shots. Those are makeable shots, especially when the defense isn't on its game.
A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for Indiana.
And you can see how important those inside baskets are. This is a team that loves to work the ball inside, whether the entry pass or off of a drive. They like to feed on those high percentage looks.
First free throw is good. Good on both. And a big front office change for the Pacers over the summer. Cause for concern?
No, I don't think so, Kevin. Very experienced hands are taking over, and I think it'll be a relatively smooth transition for the Pacers.
It's blocked. Now Felton. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Collison with the screen for Felton. Over Joseph. That one off the back iron and out. Indiana's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. And the basket by Stevenson.
Yeah, that's the kind of aggressive attitude Stevenson brings to the table. He's not going to sit back and settle for jump shots. If he can attack the basket, he will.
Now here's Felton. And the pass to Abrinas. Jefferson with some nice D.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
And, you know, time will tell how big a factor that becomes in this game, guys, but if you're the coaching staff, it's certainly a point of emphasis.
Here's Abrinas following the basket by Lance Stevenson for 3. Felton. Doesn't go either for Felton. Indiana leading by 4. Out of bounds. Oklahoma City takes possession. Let's use this break for a quick look at the squads that really made it happen on the fast break last season. In third, the Thunder.
I mean, it's a crowd-pleasing style, right? I mean, this club just got out and ran at every possible chance.
They need a bucket in a big way here
to regain some confidence.
And Patterson kicks to Abrinas. There's a good screen. Goes up off the pick, and he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
And did you see the screen that was set for him? I mean, that was how he got to the hoop.
It was the classic screenplay. It won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Absolutely, Kevin. I mean, that took the defender right out of the play.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Thunder trailing by 4. Right side, Collison. Good.
Excellent awareness there, zipping the ball over to the perfect spot to score.
And so it's Indiana with it. Stevenson outside. 1:03 left in the first quarter. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And a moment now to look at the numbers for Felton. Last season's performance for him averaged about 6 points a game last season, 2 assists and 2 rebounds. And you look at those numbers, not bad, but guys, I think he can do better, and he knows it.
And he has high expectations for himself as well, guys, but he just hasn't delivered fully on his potential yet.
No good on that one.
And, you know, with Nate McMillan taking over the Pacers last season, their offense was much improved. He had a good stint as a head coach in both Seattle and Portland, but there was some slippage defensively with the Pacers, and now it's about striking the right balance between offensive prowess and defensive improvement.
And he sinks the second. And the Pacers, Clark, looking to up the pace. In some ways, that made McMillan a surprising choice. His teams in Portland, for instance, some of the slowest in the league.
Well, their pace actually went down some, Kevin. McMillan is accustomed to going small with shooting big men, and that certainly fits.
Now, here's Felton. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. And it's good for 2.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
29 seconds left to play here in the first. Here's Stevenson. The rebound by Patterson. Oklahoma City trailing. Here's Abrinas.
You got it. Come on.
Drills it from outside. Abrinas has got 7 points in the game. Here's Joseph. Pass to Sabonis. Dishes it to Stevenson. At the elbow, Jefferson. 3 seconds left, and it's good on the way in. Jefferson's got it all tied up now for the Pacers.
Beautiful touch from the center. Jefferson showing just how powerful he is in the paint.
It's a tie game in Oklahoma City. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And a moment now to hear from Steven Adams as he reflects back on a life growing up as the youngest of 18 children back in New Zealand.
So, like, the youngest over there has to do everything, like all chores, pretty much 18 years of being rookie. That's pretty much all it is, and people just beat you up for no reason.
Hard to imagine growing up in such a huge family, but it sounds like maybe it prepared him for life in the NBA.
Yeah, I'd say it might have toughened him up a little bit, that's for sure. Wow, 18? That is mind-boggling.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And for the Thunder guys, what stands out to you so far?
Yeah, it didn't take them long to get that transition game going.
Yeah, exactly. Right from the start, Greg, they were looking to get out and run, sprinting to their opportunities.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So for Oklahoma City right now, inside it's Patterson and Adams. Then there's Felton, And it's Eustace in at the 3 slot. Now here's Joseph. Steven Adams unable to get his last shot to go. Joseph with the ball. Now Felton defending. The 3 from Stevenson drills the 3-pointer. And now a 5-point Pacer lead.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Passes it to Eustace. In the corner, it's Felton. Shot clock at 6. Pacers with the rebound. Sabonis has got 3 rebounds now in this one. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Back to Stevenson. Goes up the baseline, and again it's Indiana.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
Screen by Adams. Felton kicks to Adams. To end the run, and that's going to be a travel. Some changes for Indiana. Young's checked in for Leaf. Bogdanovich comes in for Lance Stevenson, and it's Collison in for Corey Joseph. Looking at Oklahoma City, they took the win in their last game against the Timberwolves. Felton against Collison. Pass to Sabonis. He kicks to Jefferson. And Adams sends it back. Here's Abrinas. He's covered by Bogdanovich. Abrinas kicks to Adams. And there's the pass to Eustace. Here's Abrinas. Screen by Adams. Lets the 3 fly. Abrinas with the bucket. Abrinas has got 10 points.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done. And as you would expect, Steven Adams has grown into a larger role with this team. Really came in as a guy who could defend and rebound, but starting to become more of a factor within their offensive framework.
And it's the Thunder with the ball after Darren Collison's miss. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. And here's Young from the arc. Nailed from 3-point land. Young's got the lead up to 7 now for the Pacers. Oklahoma City's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Felton the pass to Abrinas. Screen by Adams. Off the screen. It's rebounded by Indiana. Sabonis has got 5 rebounds tonight. The dish to Collison. Pass to Sabonis. Here's Young. That one misses. And it's Oklahoma City the other way. Here's Eustace. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Adams dishes to Felton. Al Jefferson grabs the miss. Indiana leading by 7. And Young kicks to Collison. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Here's Eustace, defended by Young. It's stolen by Jefferson. Young passes to Jefferson. Outside Collison. Screen by Jefferson. Collison dishes to Jefferson. Basket good.
Excellent recognition from the big man. Jefferson is terrific at finishing even when he gets whacked.
Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Pacers.
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the opening man and getting some easy baskets.
Another thing they've been able to really get going so far tonight has been the 3-ball, the long-range shooting.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Anthony's checked in for Patterson. Paul George comes in for Eustace. Andre Robertson, he's checked in for Alex Abrinas. And it's Russell Westbrook in for Raymond Felton. We know that getting to the free throw line is almost a skill unto itself, Clark. Which players are elite in your mind in their ability to draw contact?
Well, Kevin, one of the first guys that comes to mind is James Harden, and Russell Westbrook would be another. So good at attacking the defense, putting their bodies into the defender. And because of that, They make it hard for the defenders to guard them without fouling. But those two guys come to mind right away in having that skill of drawing fouls.
Miles Turner, he's checked in for the Pacers.
Now a chance to see the numbers for George. Coming off a terrific season. 5th for free throw percentage, 14th in steals, and he ranked in the top 15 in points per game. One of the league's premier offensive threats.
And yeah, he was money from the charity stripe. Only a handful of players shot a better percentage last season. Tremendous asset. Now, here's George. He had 16 points in the win against Minnesota.
Yeah, nice unselfishness by George, zipping the ball to one of his guys as soon as he sees him open to get the shot off.
For Oklahoma City, they have made 2 of their previous 3 free throws in today's game.
One shot, behind the lane.
And that one misses. And Paul George traded away by the Pacers over the summer. A move they didn't want to make, but the writing was on the wall.
You know what? It's always hard, Kevin, to lose a superstar player, but the Pacers had really been unable to create a contender around Paul George, and therefore they had to trade him because they didn't think he was going to sign. As a matter of fact, he clearly stated he would not re-sign at the end of his contract with the Pacers. So traded to OKC, and Paul George still intrigued by the possibility of maybe playing for his hometown Lakers at the end of his contract.
One shot, gentlemen.
That's good from Collison.
Boy, you go back to Darren Collison's career at UCLA, very distinguished, and he's turned himself into a starting caliber pro, too.
Now here's Westbrook. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Minnesota. And George kicks to Adams. On the wing, George. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. George has got his second bucket of the night.
And George is really comfortable from outside. I mean, he's got a high release point on his shot, which makes it very difficult to block.
Collison against Westbrook. Collison, the pass to Young. Outside Collison. Back to Young. 5 on the clock. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Young's got a pair of triples in the second now for Indiana. Westbrook dishes to Adams. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Adams has got 4 points in the quarter.
Love the attitude of Westbrook. Continues to improve at running the offense and finding ways to create opportunities for his teammates.
Now here's Collison. He had 16 points in the win against the Timberwolves in Minneapolis. Young with no one around. Again, Young missing.
This has been a rough, turbulent outing for him so far. Fortunately, the rest of his team has bailed him out.
Pacers leading by 9. And here's Collison. 5 points in the game. Oladipo for 3. The rebound by Paul George. And now the fast break. Anthony with the ball. And Westbrook gets it to go.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Perfect execution. That's how you take advantage of a transition opportunity.
Now here's Collison. Turner with a screen on Westbrook. The drive by Collison. The shot by Turner no good.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Agree with you there, partner, because that screen really freed him up nicely, and that's a shot that if you're a pro, you need to make that one.
Nick Collison's checked in for Steven Adams. And here now the Thunder. Collison with a screen on Collison. Fires from the wing. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got 7 rebounds in the game.
You know, he's been off so far, Kevin, but there's still time. I mean, he just needs to settle it down, idle it down a little bit, and try to contribute as much as he can on the offense within himself.
Robertson can't hit.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Collison kicks to Turner. Here's Oladipo, and plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And the foul goes against Oklahoma City.
And I tell you, Oladipo really putting defenders in a tough spot. I mean, using his length outstandingly to draw these fouls.
He's had 4 chances at the line, made them all.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And Clark, as you watch the game at both the college and pro levels over the years, what has been the biggest change for you in your view of that?
Well, you know what, Kevin, there are a couple of things. The athleticism, the real emphasis on training and strengthening the core, meaning from your kneecaps to your sternum. The work that's done to train the hamstrings and quads and glutes and that core area as a place of power, as your center of power, is one of the significant changes I've seen, not just in basketball, but all sports. And it's benefited the athletes greatly and the overall athleticism. And then from a playing standpoint or on the floor standpoint, I think the three-point shot. I think that's been the biggest dramatic change in the game.
Bangs home the trifecta.
And really, Oladipo is effective at stretching the defense with his perimeter shooting. I think his stroke continues to look better with each passing game.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. And Clark, we know that players are evaluated in a historical perspective, largely by how many rings they have. Do you think that's a fair way to evaluate things?
I don't think you can solely evaluate an individual player in a team sport by the number of rings he's been able to win. Clearly, it can be part of the criteria, especially if you're talking about great players who have had similar careers. It can be a differentiator. But to me, it doesn't necessarily carry the weight that some people like to give it in evaluating players. Individual performance over time is what, to me, marks the hallmark of a player worthy of Hall of Fame consideration or being talked about being one of the greats in the game.
The Pacers making a change here. Stevenson's checked in. Westbrook kicks to George. He dishes it to Collison. To the inside. Here's Anthony. And the shot no good, a bit short.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Turner up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
They set the screen. They grabbed their own miss. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. The Thunder shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And they were 75% from the line a season ago.
And that one falls for Collison. Collison hits them both. Here's Joseph. Kicks it to Oladipo. It's deflected, and they'll keep possession. Here's Stevenson. And it comes off the front of the rim.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Did a good job guarding the mid-range, extended out nicely, and definitely bothered the shot.
Oladipo left side. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. Oladipo's got 7 points for the quarter. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here.
Yeah, way too much standing around in this quarter. They should look to get it inside for more high percentage chances.
For Oklahoma City, they have gone 4 of 6 so far from the line, missing a couple.
Shooting one.
Anthony, no good on the free throw.
And, you know, Carmelo Anthony is a special player. He's a bulky, small forward with a quick trigger release, an elite scorer.
Stevenson passes to Turner. Over Collison. And the shot is long. Thunder trailing by 12. We've got 1:48 left to play here in the second quarter. And Roberson kicks to Collison. Westbrook against Stevenson. Westbrook, no good.
I think it's going to be tough for them to trim this deficit if he keeps missing those kinds of shots, Kevin. I mean, they need his points.
Oklahoma City's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Roberson can't hit. Pacers leading by 12. And Stevenson kicks to Turner. And it's Paul George with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
Abrinas is checked in for Roberson. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Collison. And now the fast break. Westbrook with the...
I love that. Yes, indeedy.
And you know Westbrook has an outstanding vertical. Once he gets to the launching pad, rim, beware.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Excellent work by the talented people in our production truck as well. Now here's Westbrook. He's got 9.
I think that's got to affect your mental game. I mean, missing open shots like that, unacceptable, and it'll probably mess with your head a little bit too.
Shots good by Turner.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Yeah, and you can tell they feel like they can get inside whenever they want to. I mean, it's been carte blanche, full menu for them, and the defense really not offering any resistance.
Here's Westbrook following the score by Miles Turner. Anthony can't hit.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Good work defensively by Turner.
Boy, the defense did an awesome job there, Kevin. Big-time work. Really distracting them, throwing off the shot. That's how you do it on D.
And so it's Indiana sitting with a comfortable lead, up by 14. Their defense has been terrific in this game. We come back right after this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Ernie Johnson joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports.
Been working out.
Victor Oladipo putting in some incredible work. He had 16 points and 1 assist. His last game out, he was just not himself. But tonight, he has rounded right back into form with a very solid first half. And Kenny, what'd you think about what we saw from Indiana?
Well, they killed it on the glass, and they did it with high-level fundamentals, blocking out, maintaining position, and going up strong to the basket. If they board like that in the second half, this lead will continue to grow.
And big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Thunder.
Well, they struggle in a number of areas. Protecting the rim is really at the top of the list. They haven't made that a priority. They haven't put forth a whole lot of effort. You got to protect the rim.
And that will wrap up our halftime report, as it's just about time for the start of the second half.
Welcome back to Oklahoma City, everyone. You can see Chesapeake Energy Arena there in the background as the cars stream down I-40. And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. Victor Oladipo really making a difference here.
Yeah, so far they haven't found an answer for him, a scoring machine here in that first half.
Yeah, and it's been fun to watch, partner, because not only is he shooting a high percentage, a good percentage, he's also carrying the team.
Pacers leading by 14. And on the floor for Nate McMillan starting the second half. Young and Turner up front. Collison and Oladipo pair at the 1 and the 2. And it's Bogdanovich in at the 3, the small forward. Now here's Collison. 14 points, their largest lead in the game. And now it's Westbrook running. He can go all the way.
Boom!
That's how you attack.
Wow. Oh, man. my.
And I got to say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still a magnificent move to the rim.
I don't care what the score is there, fellas. That's the play we'll remember from this game, clearly.
Here's Anthony. Yep, that one goes. Anthony's got 8.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
Now here's Oladipo. Here's Collison, and he tries off the glass, but it's no good. And pushing it up here is Oklahoma City. On the wing, George. Three-pointer, drains the three-pointer. George has got it back down to single digits for the Thunder.
Nothing but money for them to start the half. They've made all 3 of their shot attempts. Really hard to think of a more impactful perimeter defender than PG, Paul George. I mean, his combination of size, athleticism, and technique enabled him to smother the opposition at times. I tell you what, mind-blowing experience when you look at Paul George as a dunker. This guy makes alley-oops look easy.
Puts it up from 12. Anthony's shot is off. And Paul George, a lockdown defender at 6'9", Clark 6'10". He has the foot speed to stay with players a foot shorter.
Yeah, he's a very unique defender with his size, length, and speed and athleticism. Gets around screens, doesn't get screened. He can recover the shooters. I mean, he's the real complete package at the defensive end.
Thunder trailing by 7. Now here's Westbrook. 11 points in the game. Adams dishes to George. No good on the triple. Indiana's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. Oladipo, the pass to Collison. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And I tell you what, Collison, very tough to contain because he's so fast. An excellent foul shooter as well. You can't give him any cheap ones.
This is his second trip to the line in this one.
And when you shoot 86 from the line like he did last season, you usually cash in on those opportunities.
You know, he really did excel at the stripe. I mean, they couldn't have asked for too much more from him when it came to knocking down free throws.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
He throw good, Darren Collison. Patterson, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. And Indiana with a change here, too. Jefferson's checked in for Turner. Collison hits them both.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Collison against Westbrook. Patterson a screen on Collison. Westbrook with a wide open look. No good from outside.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
And no need to rush on a situation like that. That's just giving away a possession.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Eustis is checked in for Paul George. And it's Felton in for Russell Westbrook. To the inside, Felton. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Felton has got his second bucket of the night.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
And Oladipo kicks to Young. Oladipo outside. Shoots off the screen. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Oladipo's got 4 points in the quarter.
That's a nice stroke, and he's got a good feel for that shot. Oladipo never going to pass up the mid-range jumper when it's there for him.
Here's Roberson. The feed now to Adams. There's the pick. 6 to shoot. Felton kicks to Eustis. Here's Roberson. Kept alive. That's in, and the Pacer lead is cut to just 7 on the basket from Adams.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Young outside. Jefferson dishes to Young. Bucket is good. Young's got 8 points.
Guys, they've had a solid start to the second half offensively. Gotten good looks, and they've made 3 out of 4 of them.
Felton kicks to Patterson. Screen by Adams. Adams with the screen on Bogdanovich. Here's Eustis. Here's Adams. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved a layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Indiana?
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
I've been impressed with how well they penetrated tonight, too.
2 shots.
First one falls for him. Sabonis, he's checked in for Oladipo. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Collison with it. He has 7. He feeds it to Young. It's up a 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Down low. Deflects the pass. And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here.
So close to getting the steal there, but the deflection equally as effective.
Yeah, refusing to give up anything easy. Solid defense, and I like that attitude.
Felton the pass to Adams. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Adams has got 6 points in the quarter.
Boy, that was a pretty feed from Raymond Felton.
Screen by Jefferson. Sabonis kicks to Jefferson. Shoots over Patterson. And again, it's Indiana converting.
All credit belongs to Jefferson there. I mean, he's got a knack for scoring through contact.
Feeds it to Patterson. Here's Adams. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Adams has got 16 points.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
It's stolen by Adams. Here's Eustis. A shot, no good. And it's the Pacers taking it the other way. They host the Spurs after this one. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
Now, here's Bogdanovich. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Young dishes to Bogdanovich. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. And the Pacers lead by 7.
The size and the focus, that's the big thing to finish it over the defense. Bogdanovich showing exactly what he can do.
Now Felton. Patterson to screen. Floats one. That's tipped. Collison against Felton. It's stolen by Adams. Outside Felton. And there's the foul, and Darren Collison picks it up. That's foul number 2 for him. And Oklahoma City making a change here. Abrinas is checked in. Indiana also making some changes. Leaf checked in for Young. Lance Stevenson comes in for Bogdanovich. And it's Joseph in for Darren Collison. Now here's Felton. Screened by Adams. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Abrinas. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Jefferson setting the pick for Joseph. Pass to Leaf. Here's the 3. Here's Jefferson. Here's Sabonis. Drills it from outside. Sabonis has got his first 3 points of the game.
And, you know, Jefferson is a skilled big man, knows how to spread the floor with his passing ability.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Patterson a screen on Stevenson. Here's Abrinas. He's guarded by Stevenson. With the fadeaway. Al Jefferson grabs the miss. Jefferson's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Joseph against Felton. Deflects the pass. Screen by Jefferson. Leaf. Goes back up. They shoot again. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Steven Adams picks one up. The free throw drops for Leaf. Nick Collison's checked in for Adams. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Yeah, they've not missed a single foul shot this half, and that's taking care of business, fellas.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
And when you take a look at that shot chart, the amount of misses lately, really unbelievable.
Yeah, a lot of blanks there. Can't hit a thing. Has to be deflating.
And a moment here to look at where the shots have been coming from for the Pacers.
And when you come into a game with the mindset of going right at the rim and not settling for outside shots, this is what your shot chart will look like. Every chance they've had to either attack the paint or play back to the basket, they've taken it, and it's been a complete success thus far.
And so it's Oklahoma City with it. Outside, Felton. Eustace kicks to Felton. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Felton's got 4 points now in the quarter.
He has a little bit of trickeration with that one. Gets that one to go against the limb.
Trickeration. I like that, partner. That's pretty strong word creation. And you've got to be creative, though, whether you're commentating or hooping, especially when you're going inside.
Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. Felton leading the charge.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboards.
Greg, and that's been the key to this lead. I mean, they've really dominated the glass.
Thunder trailing by 8. Lets it go from deep. It's good from long range. Felton's got 9 points.
Wow, has he flipped the switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
Screen by Jefferson. Stevenson drives in. He used that pick to get in close.
And that big body of Jefferson, very effective at screening. A selfless guy who knows how to use that big body of his.
Felton kicks to Abrinas. Here's Patterson. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Lets it go from 11 and misses it off the right side of the rim.
When he's got that kind of positioning, he's got to score it. Got to score the ball from there.
And Joseph kicks to Sabonis. Looking for Jefferson. He gets it there. Pass to Leaf. Clock at 6. There's the screen. And it's Stevenson missing.
And the defense that time was late. And you got to feel fortunate he didn't put that one away.
I think the one thing about Patrick Patterson out of Kentucky, he is a smart basketball player.
Yeah, he's not the best rebounder or shot blocker, but the advanced stats love him. And he gets the job done at both ends of the floor.
And the Thunder with the possession here. Following the miss by Lance Stevenson, Eustace passes to Collison. Outside Felton. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Joseph. Let's take this chance to see which of last season's teams had the most second chance points in the league. 5th on the list, the Thunder.
That's an effort stat for me. I mean, it shows you how hard this team works in the paint. They continue to pound the backboard.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. A different look for Oklahoma City. Anthony's checked in for Patterson. Paul George comes in for Eustace. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Raymond Felton. The Pacers also with a sub. Miles Turner, he's checked in for Jefferson. They get it back. Collison. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
The Thunder have made 2/3 of their free throws tonight. 6 of 9 to be exact.
Two shots.
And that one falls for Collison. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses.
And really credit their advantage on the backboard. That's where the lead has been built, and that's why they are in control.
Greg, simply controlling the glass. I mean, plus 10 is the advantage in rebounds right now.
Here is Stevenson. 16 points for him. Turner with the screen. Just 5 on the clock. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Joseph has an open look. No good on the triple.
And 2 for 1. That's what they'd like to get right now.
That would be ideal, and that's exactly what they'll try to do. They don't need to rush it, just need to get a quality shot, and quickly.
Here's Stevenson. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
When Lance Stevenson is focused, he's very dangerous, has a ton of talent, good, strong physical body, athletic, versatile. He does a lot of good things out there.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And you know, you'll take what he can give you from the free throw line. Looking at his numbers, just really not one of his strengths. Shooting in the low 60s last season.
You know, yeah, guys, last year was a rough one for him at the stripe. I mean, it's going to be hard for him not to improve on those numbers. They were that bad.
And he knocks down the first one. He doesn't get the second one. Thunder trailing by 7. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Abrinas. Misses the 3.
Kevin, not a single point in this quarter for him. Obviously, not what they need right now. He's got to score.
Stevenson outside. Off the mark. And so it's Indiana heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And we'll be back with you shortly. Let's take a listen to a recent huddle from Coach Billy Donovan.
Guys, good job hitting ahead. That means we're running, which is good, okay? We've got to pay attention right now, okay, and what we're doing coming out of timeouts.
Pushing the action, fast pace. Billy Donovan wants to keep them rolling it out.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing a good job in transition. They just need to stay focused and be efficient.
Just 1 quarter left in regulation. Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. On the wings, Abrinas and George. Anthony out there with Nick Collison. And it's Westbrook in at the 1 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Here's Oladipo following the basket by Russell Westbrook. Oladipo dishes to Joseph. And he got the whistle, so he'll have a 3-point play opportunity.
Outstanding anticipation that time from Oladipo, seeing the floor extremely well and then zipping the pass over to the open man.
Thunder trailing by 8. Westbrook kicks to Abrinas. Dishes to Collison. Count that bucket. So it's the Pacers now. They've led by as many as 14 points. And Joseph kicks to Turner. Here's Leaf. Passes it to Turner. And it's Turner finishing it off.
Oh, you can't let Turner get that deep inside. When you do, he's going to abuse you with a throwdown right on top of your head.
Thunder shooting not great, 40% for the game. Westbrook against Joseph. Fires from the wing. Here's Collison. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Miles Turner.
Two shots.
That free throw good from Collison.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Robertson's checked in. Indiana also making some changes. Thaddeus Young, he's checked in for Leaf. Bogdanovich comes in for Lance Stevenson, and it's Collison in for Joseph. He hits one, then this is the second attempt from the free throw line. And the foul on Victor Oladipo. That's his first foul. Adams, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. There's the pick. Westbrook against Collison. Off the pick. Count it, and the Pacer lead has been cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Westbrook.
And Westbrook is a terror from the mid-range. Terrific at sticking it to the defense from that spot on the floor.
Now here's Collison. Westbrook with the block. That's tipped.
I think the athleticism of Oladipo is what makes him a plus defender who can actually get his share of block shots even though he's not that big.
Here's George. Bounces high off the rim and drops.
Boy, George is excellent at getting busy from the in-between spots of the floor. Really fleshing out and balancing out, rounding out his offensive game.
Count it.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
The second chance effort. Oh, and the whistle is blown in the play as he was fouled in the act of shooting. Wasn't sure we were going to see a call there, but the officials saw the contact and 2 free throws.
Shooting 2.
And he can't get the first one. He hits the second from the line.
Listen, they're still right in this thing. Missing that free throw, though, keeps this a 2-possession deficit.
Collison with it. Westbrook picks him up. And there's the foul, and Darren Collison picks it up. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Sloppy is the only way you can describe his play thus far. Just way too many turnovers.
And the pass to Adams. Turner with the steal. Here's Bogdanovich. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And, you know, he's an underrated ball handler, Bogdanovich. Able to get a step there and work himself to the line.
Throw good, Bogdanovich.
And, you know, Bojan Bogdanovic, not an elite athlete by NBA standards, but he's a live weapon because he can really shoot the ball and put it on the floor.
Both shots good from the stripe. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. Collison against Westbrook. Over Collison. Count it, and the Pacer lead has been cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Westbrook.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
The Pacers have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Collison, the pass to Young. There's a good screen. Turner dishes to Collison. Some nice passing here by Indiana. 6 on the shot clock. Oladipo misses.
Yeah, not a great shot there, especially when you got a lockdown defender guarding.
Agreed. I mean, when the defense is right there, you've got to move the ball, make the extra pass. That's a case of a poor shot selection.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
Here's Roberson after the made shot from Victor Oladipo. Fades. No good off the back of the rim. Indiana leading by 4. Collison kicks to Oladipo. Turner passes to Young. Oladipo outside. And for 3, Collison. The rebound by Paul George.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, I'm sure he's frustrated, Greg, because nothing is falling right now. But he's going to keep chipping away at it, and that's the attitude. Stay with it.
And here are the Pacers now, following the score by Oklahoma City. Collison kicks to Oladipo, and that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes out of bounds.
Simply missed a connection there. I mean, I like the unselfishness. Admirable, but just not the result.
Well, Thunder have gone 7 of 11 from the floor in the final quarter so far. Been some solid looks for them. To tie it up. Another miss by Westbrook. Indiana leading. The kick out to Young. They get the rebound. Oladipo, good. Oladipo's got 4 this quarter.
Now that's remarkable work inside from Oladipo. Not afraid to go up against the big guys down low.
Thunder shooting and hitting almost everything here in the fourth, up around 58% from the field. Now here's Westbrook. To the inside. Goes up to the stripe. The shot by Anthony, no good. Pacers leading by 4. Oladipo dishes to Turner. Collison kicks to Turner. Screened by Young. Here's Bogdanovich. Misses the 3, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize.
And you know, even though they're up, he's been off his game this quarter, having trouble finding the basket.
Well, one thing about Paul George, outstanding length for a wing. Clark, he's listed at 6'9", but he's grown since he came into the league, hasn't he?
Yeah, we've had debates about that because I'm about 6'8.5" or so, and I kind of look at him eye to eye, but he feels like he's taller than me, so we'll go with PG on that one. But he's also added some muscle too, Kevin, and that's helped him at both ends of the floor. He's a lot stronger and able to play through contact as a result of it.
And the first one drops.
One of the things you like about Paul George is that he's really elevated his game each year he's been in the league. He's a go-to scorer. He's an outstanding defender, and he's excellent now as the leader of the team, really growing into that leadership role.
Both good from the line that time.
Gotta like the confidence. Such an important part of making shots. Nice seeing a big man knock down free throws.
There's the pick. Collison kicks to Turner. There's the dish to Bogdanovich. Turner with the screen for Bogdanovich. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
On the attack, Bogdanovich showing his ability to put it on the floor.
Westbrook kicks to Adams. Pass to Roberson. He dishes it to Carmelo. Screen by Adams. The shot by George, wide open. Shot clock reset for Oklahoma City. Westbrook against Collison. That's in, and the Pacer lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Westbrook.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
On the wing, Turner for the 3, and the foul called on Bojan Bogdanovic. That's his first foul. And the Thunder making a switch here. Patterson's checked in. For Oklahoma City, they've got a pretty good rhythm going offensively, shooting 8 of 15 for the quarter. To tie it up, and Westbrook, here we go. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Thaddeus Young.
And Russell Westbrook is as explosive a guard as we've seen in the history of the game. An incredibly gifted scorer who can also punch it on you.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Makes it, and the next one could tie it up. And when you watch Russell Westbrook play, he's one of the most competitive players in the NBA.
And with the way he attacks the rim and plays with just no abandon, I mean, this guy is no joke. Absolutely wills himself and his team to just do things that few others can, and relentless from the first quarter to the last whistle.
Now, here is Young. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Patterson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. George with the screen on Collison. Westbrook passes to George. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Shoots from the baseline. Here's Young. And another shot. Bogdanovic, no luck. Oklahoma City has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter.
A great assist. Nice work from Russell Westbrook.
And here's Oladipo. Young outside. Got a piece of it. And it's Young finishing it off.
No doubt about it on that finish by Young.
And so here is Oklahoma City. Outside, George. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. And it's out of bounds to the Thunder as Oklahoma City retains possession. Corey Joseph's checked in for the Pacers. The 3. Drills the 3-pointer. And the Thunder lead by 3.
Confident and composed on the 3-point shot at a critical juncture.
They double him with George. Young in the corner. Here's Oladipo. Russell Westbrook with the rebound. Westbrook's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. It's good. Westbrook's got 25 points in the game.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Now, here's Joseph. Lays it up off the glass. Joseph's got 5 points now in the quarter.
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in.
Bogdanovic against George. And it's George finishing it off.
Hey, when you got a player like George, in these moments, you turn to him. He knows how to deliver in the clutch.
Joseph with the ball. Westbrook picks him up. Turner with the screen. Here's Bogdanovic. Those 3-pointers off the mark.
You know, to cut deficits, you got to be making smart basketball plays out there. Taking care of the ball. It's not done by hoisting up bonehead threes like that one.
Now, here's Oladipo. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. Now here's Westbrook. George sets a screen for Westbrook. He kicks it to George. Patterson a screen on Joseph. The feed now to Adams. Over Turner. And too long on the shot. Pacers trail by 5. Here's Bogdanovich. Shoots over Patterson. Indiana again missing. Inside, here's George. Thaddeus Young grabs the miss.
I can't explain what happened there, Kevin. I mean, he had the layup. Looked like it was a simple play. Somehow the defense threw him off just enough to cause a miss. Punctuating the flow of the game with a big bucket right there. Bogdanovich making his imprint.
Anthony's checked in for Patrick Patterson. The Pacers also with the sub. Collison's out there. Throw good, Bogdanovich.
Yeah, terrific and one on that one. Those are the kind of plays, guys, that win basketball games.
George with the screen on Collison. Westbrook dishes to George. Kicks it to Carmelo. It's tipped. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
You had a foul to give there, but you'd rather not have it cost your team points.
I agree. I mean, you would have been better off using it on the floor and not on the shot. But the foul had to come either way, so it is what it is.
Two shots.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
And thanks to his good work at the line there, now we have a 2-possession ball game.
Collison kicks to Young. To the inside, taken away by Anthony. And so they choose to intentionally foul. So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5. So it gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Yeah, showing off a really smooth stroke there, and that will add to their lead.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Cans the 3.
Thaddeus Young earning his money there. The game getting tight and close. Big moment. He makes a big play.
And they foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
Yeah, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Sure. It's not over. The clock is as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they've got to try to manage it.
Shooting 2.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. So he comes up empty at the line.
It looks like he was a little tight on the line that time. Could have and should have closed it out.
The offensive rebound. It falls! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
You know, those are the plays where you really see Young's quickness off the floor. He's got a great, quick second jump, which leads to second chance scores.
Now the presentation of our Jordan player of the game, Steven Adams.
And he's just been crushing it from the field tonight, Kevin. Whether it's been on open looks or with the guy draped all over him, he just hadn't missed much. With his percentage in the sky-high range, they've had no choice but to make him their #1 option on every trip.
Seven seconds left in the fourth. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
Two shot.
He hits the first one, and that will put them up by 2. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 3-point game.
Yeah, how about the nerves there? Those free throws put them in a very good position. 3 points clear.
Timeout called the Pacers. They're down by 3. 3 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
Let's face it, really difficult to find an open 3 in this situation. Look, there's no secret. It's the only shot that'll save him. So the D is all over the perimeter guarding that 3-point line.
So a close game sees Oklahoma City taking this one. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win, and really, it's like a knife in the gut to lose. You gotta love being on edge of your seat and just wondering what's going to happen. How is this thing going to play out?
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Carmelo, you have lived in the media spotlight for a long time. How do you put that out of your head when you get on the floor?
I'm just playing ball. My team came to play today. We was focused, and we wanted it. We willed our way to this one.
A great performance, Carmelo. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.